Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Um, Welcome. Okay, let's give them a few minutes before we then start.
All right.
I hope everyone woke up strong today.
Yes, we are still on today.
You're all welcome to today's session. We're happy and glad to have you, Ma. You're welcome. Let's give them a few minutes. 9, 10, we then start. Hope it's okay by us all. I think we should just start, Ma. Can we start now?
Yes, I think we can start.
Right, Ma. So, good morning once again, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
good evening, Mrs. Chelsea.
All right. Okay, we should be starting by now. So today in our midst we have Matuchi, Sonny Uniben, who will be taking us on a topic: food, feeling, and focus, the silent link shaping our daily lives. So we are really glad and happy to have you today, Ma. Miss Tucci is a food science and technology student who is passionate about nutrition, wellness, and real life food conversation and how food affects our body. So we're happy and glad to have her today as she delves us into the science of food and technology, how to shape our life, our wellness, and not only focusing on our outward appearance, but also our physical health. Thank you so much for having you in the house today, Ma. We are glad and happy. Thank you for taking the opportunity to share your insight, your knowledge with us. Thank you for having us, Ma. You may take over now and start.
Thank you so much, Rejoice. Thank you for everybody who is here this morning. So, as you just briefly said, my name is Tuchi Amuri Soniben. I'm a food science and technology student, and I'm so much interested about food, wellness, nutrition, and how it affects our daily life. So, can you all hear me, please?
Yes, Ma, we can hear you.
All right, that's great. So, today's session is not about dieting, nutrition, or all these nutrition lectures, cutting down this, don't eat this, don't eat that. No, we're not here for all that. Today, we are simply trying to understand ourselves. How does food affect how we feel, our feelings, how we think, how we function, how we perform actively? Because what we eat is linked to how we perform. Okay, so today is not about it's not a nutrition class. It's we're having a conversation about the food that we eat and how it affects us. Now, as the topic says, food, feelings, and focus is a link that affects our life. Now, the first one is food. We all know what food is. Food is what we eat to satisfy our hunger, what we eat to give us strength to be able to carry out our activities. And then the second word, feelings. Our feelings, our emotions, our mood. It affects our behavior. It affects the way we show up, our feelings. And then the third word, which is focus. Our ability to concentrate, our ability to to stay on track and do that which we have set out to do. Now that is focus. It's the three F words that affect our lives. Now, food, feelings, and then focus. Now, understanding this concept is what will help us. Have you realized that when you are hungry, when you are sad, when you are angry, or when you're happy, it affects how you focus and how you perform? Sometimes when you're hungry, you probably cannot perform well. You probably feel too tired, too weak, even get angry at little things because you're hungry. So it has affected your emotion and affected your ability to focus as well. And you also see that sometimes when we are angry, we get irritated. And then some people actually, when they are sad, when they are lonely, when they're heartbroken, probably you got breakfast. Some people just love to eat sugary things at that time. And then some people lose appetite simply because they are going through an emotional situation. They lose appetite. But some people love to eat and take a lot of snacks when they are down emotionally, which means their emotions have affected their eating habit, that affected their focus as well. So let us start with something that we all can relate to: stress eating, the first one. Now, as I said earlier, sometimes when we are stressed, we just feel like food is the fastest way to give us comfort, right? That feeling of eating, munching on biscuits, popcorn, a drink to relieve our stress. So, food is not just a fuel that gives us energy to work. Food is emotional, it has an emotional connection to us. And then the next one is going to be celebration. Weddings, we attend weddings, Christmas celebration, Salah celebration, birthdays, special events, occasions. How do you feel when you're eating a food at an occasion? It's the same rice you eat in your house, probably. But then when you are eating it at that moment, there's a different joy you feel eating the food. Probably it's not like the flavor is different or the ingredient is different. It's just simply the emotion that's attached to you eating that food. Like it's as if there's a different energy when you're eating that Christmas food or eating that wedding food or eating that salad food. Like as if the rice is tasting different or the meat is tasting different. It's not really about the flavor. It's just the emotion that comes with eating that food. There's a joy, there's a happiness that comes with eating that food. And that's why we say food is celebration. Yes. And then our culture as well. We have different cultures, different tribes, different ethnic groups. And one way that we differentiate these different groups is through the food. They have the Hausa food, the Yoruba food, the Igbo food, the Tea food, different languages with different food that represent them. And then there is also this joy and emotions that come with eating your traditional, your native food. It's like you just feel like you are home when you can perceive the smell of a native, a traditional meal, which means food is culture as well. And food is also comfort, because one thing they say, when you want to know if someone is comfortable or living comfortable, is because they are eating well and eating healthy, which means food gives us comfort. all our hustle in life, our bustle to make money, at the end is because we want to eat healthy and stay healthy and live long. So which means food affects on practically everything that concerns our lives. That's just how food is important to our daily life. Okay. So the three things now, celebration, stress eating, and then the third one is cravings. We all have cravings. Like that particular moment when all of a sudden you are just craving a particular thing. Not because you're hungry, but there's just this feeling that comes that, oh, I want to eat that particular thing. And most of the times, some people have cravings for sugary food. People have cravings for a particular meal. Probably it's like the food just popped up to your mind, and then all of a sudden you just want to eat that thing. Now let's take for example, some of us that are students during exam time, you're stressed out, you're tired, you're weak, and then at that point in time, you just feel like you just want to take energy drink to give you energy to work. You just want to take sugary things because your mind is in chaos. Now that's what we call stress eating. You are eating because you're stressed, and then another thing again is that some people sometimes we just eat food because we see food. You just see food, and then all of a sudden you're hungry. You want to eat. That's cravings, and then this now leads us to a top what I'll call emotional and physical hunger. Emotional hunger and physical hunger. Now, we all know what physical hunger is. Your body needs food because of course it's food that gives us energy to work. Food prepares our give us nutrients to repair our tissues, this and that. I'm not going into that. That's the physical hunger. So physical hunger comes gradually. You eat breakfast, you eat lunch, you eat dinner, or you eat breakfast and dinner, whichever is. And then when physical hunger comes, any food satisfies your hunger. These are the signs. Any food satisfies your hunger. And then once you are full, the hunger stops. Physical hunger is a natural process of the human body. It comes, and then once you eat your food, you are satisfied. That's the physical hunger. But you see, emotional hunger, emotional hunger is tied to our emotions, to our feelings, our mood, even our hormones. That's why you see sometimes you just wake up and then you just literally start craving for a particular thing. Like pregnant women, when they are pregnant women, I know you have seen pregnant women, and they have the hormonal spike, and then they start craving things. They'll start craving one food that probably you've now be wondering where on earth did they know that that food exists. It happens even for we ladies during that time of the month. You start craving for a particular thing, and then it happens everybody. There are times when you just crave something, not because you are hungry or because you don't have food, but because your body needs something. Your body is telling you, okay, your emotions are saying, I want to eat this thing. So when those cravings come, it's very difficult for you sometimes for people to overcome cravings because it's almost like it's irresistible, because it just comes suddenly, boom, you want to eat this thing. And then sometimes if you don't satisfy that craving, you don't rest, you don't satisfy those craving, you don't relax, you just really want to satisfy what what you need. And sometimes what we are craving is not actually what our body needs, it's just our emotions speaking. Sometimes when you're happy, you want to celebrate, you want to eat everything that you see. If you see rice, you see this one, you're in a happy mood. Maybe if you're working and then salary just drop, bam, you just want to eat everything you're seeing because you're happy, you were just excited. You want to eat and eat and eat. When you're broke, you just feel sad. Like food feels like survival at this point. At this point, when you're sad, probably you lose appetite. You can't eat again when you're lonely, and then you just want to just drink. So people actually, when they are lonely or sad, they love to take lots of junk food. It's like they're trying to comfort their loneliness or depression, and then they just feed on so many foods, on favorite food, snacks, drinks, what have you, sugary food, to able to satisfy the emotional hunger that they're feeling at that moment. So, are you following?
Yes, we are following you. It's more
Right.
interesting. Thank you.
Now, most of the times, our eating problem is not actually nutritional problem. Oh, you're deficient in this nutrient, vitamin A, vitamin C. Oh, you don't have this, that. Okay, yes, those affect our health as well. But most of the times, our eating problem is not nutritional; it's emotional. Now, I want to take a moment and just think about the last thing that you ate. Okay, this is morning, and probably some of us have not eaten breakfast. But think of the last thing you ate, probably last night or yesterday evening or this morning, and then ask yourself, why did I eat it? Just a second. Did I eat it because I was hungry or because I was responding to an emotion? Even if it's not within, just think about a particular time you ate something. Like they ask, why did I eat that thing I ate? And this answers the question. Sometimes we respond to our emotions. Now, emotional hunger does not mean that, oh, you're weak. We are human beings. We have emotions. Like literally, a human life is tied to emotions. And so it makes us human. Now, have you realized that sometimes you're just passing by your owner, you just saw maybe roasted corn, and then the smell just hit you like this, and then immediately it's as if a hunger from nowhere comes. Probably you have even eaten before, but as you just sighted that food, that roadside food, and perceive the smell, you will not even know when you take your pocket, your bag, and bring out money to go and buy that thing. Not because you need it, but you just begin to crave for it. That's why you see even business owners, they sell their products emotionally. Most business they are trying because they they advertise their product using the emotional feelings of human beings, because know that human beings buy things based some most of the time buy things based on their wants and not their needs. So you just want something because emotion wants it, and then you just go for it. And that's why even business people these days, they are now using that as an advantage to make sales. Because sometimes you're just passing by, you just see something beautiful, and then all of a sudden you now I say I need this thing, oh. But maybe before you didn't know you need it until you saw it. So that's your emotion speaking. And that's why we need to be aware of these things so that it help us make better choices about how we eat and consume food. So the next thing, we're going to breaking down food, feelings, energy, and focus. See it as a channel, a link. When you eat, what you eat, it affects your mood, which is your feelings, your emotions, and then your energy. And then it now affects how you perform, which is your focus. Now, let's link food to our daily performance. Let's start with the most common one, sugar. When you take sugary food, sugar gives energy. We all know that. But have you noticed probably, let's say you you consume a lot of sugary food, maybe energy drinks, sugars, and then you just have energy and you're working maybe as a student, you're reading because you want to study, you now take energy drinks and things like that. And then it gives energy. You're working, 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 working. But immediately you're done working, you just feel literally tired, as if a car just ram into you. Like you just feel so drained. You feel so like you could just the next thing that's in mind is just to sleep. You just want to rest. Now it was carried down to what you ate. Sugar spikes our energy. It spikes the glucose level, and so it spikes our sugar levels, and then it gives us energy. But at the same time, as it gives that energy, once you've performed that work, the next thing is that it weakens down your body system. You literally feel so weak. And sometimes when you're not weak, you just get angry easily. Any small thing, you are angry, you're irritated. Not because something happened to you, but because your body is your system is drained, is weak. And so anything just irritates you. And now sometimes you say, "Oh, I'm stressed out." It's not really because you're stressed out. It goes back to what you ate before the work came. That is it. And then you even notice how people that are into all this hard labor, all these people that build houses, they also love to consume sugary food. I think the common one is it bread and coke, right? Just spike gives the energy to work. But after that, what happens to your body next? You're weak, you're tired, you're exhausted. Probably sometimes your muscles are just aching you. You cannot even move your body. You cannot even move your body. And then some people actually used to defend their sugar intake that, oh, I'm taking sugar, I'm going to work, I'm going to burn it. Yes, you take the sugar, you will walk, you will burn it. But what happens next to your body? That's what we should be thinking about. The second link to our daily food is skipping meals. Now, I think most of the time we are guilty of these things one way or the other due to stress, work life, school life, name it, you unconsciously skip meals. And then by the time you skip meals and then you're working, at a point in time you begin to lose focus because your brain needs energy. And so when your brain is lacking energy, it begins to get tired and then you lose focus. And then what happens next? You get tired. Like I don't know for some people, but in my own case, if I don't eat, I cannot concentrate on whatever I'm doing. I love to eat first, give me good concentration. But some people actually, when they are probably have lots to do in their mind, they skip meals and they forget they have not eaten. But then after that, your body, at a point in time, you begin to get weak. Your body gets tired. You lack concentration. You have no strength. And then sometimes skipping meals actually leads to sickness. I don't really know. I think one thing that causes ulcer is I think it's skipping meals and your skipping meals not eating regularly. That's one thing that causes ulcer. Most students suffer from those things. You're so busy that you forget yourself, you forget your body, and then something leads to headache. Sometimes you just have headache because you're hungry. Not that you're sick, but hunger alone can make you sick. Hunger alone can give you high temperature. There's way you can be hungry, your whole body is as if you're falling sick. You just run temperature just like that. It links towards hunger. Now, we're not saying that skipping meal is bad, but when it's something that you do regularly every time, you just keep skipping meals. Your body is not trying to adjust. Okay, am I eating food in the morning, afternoon, or night, or is it morning, afternoon? Is it morning and night? Your system is literally confused because there's no any pattern. It's just the eating habit is just irregular, and so it just overworks your body. And then sometimes when you skip meals, you will now overeat at the end of the day to try to cover up the ones that you missed, and then it just gives your body too much pressure in trying to digest and break down the food, and then it just works up your system in trying to break down those food. The third one is going to be heavy meals. Is it that moment when you are happy? Probably the food is so delicious. You will eat that you cannot even stand up again at some point. The next, after eating, you want to lie down and sleep. See, there are times when you eat that you cannot walk again. You just want to lie down and sleep, let your food digest. And sometimes it not feels like, oh, this person is lazy. Person is not really lazy. It's just that the food is heavy. and then the body is trying to balance the whole food, and so it just weakens your body because the workload on it is too much. So it just like just shuts down your system for a while, and then it makes you cannot perform actively. And then some people, this one leads to obesity, adding weight, overeating, and then you don't burn the energy. It just begins to pile up. Fat keeps piling up. Fat keeps piling up, and then at the point in time, it just shows in your weight body. So, so next time when you're stressed, when you feel tired or lazy, don't blame oh, I'm so stressed, I've overworked myself. Yes, there are times we overwork ourselves. Or don't feel like, oh, I'm too lazy, I'm too weak. Just think of what did I eat, or have I even eaten is to even begin with. So when you now see that, okay, since food affects my body, that's just what you need to know. Put food in the picture. Leave the whole stress and workload aside. Just see food as part of the picture of your daily performance. Okay, am I going too fast or are we following? All right, thank you. Now, next thing, we're going to be doing what we call, we're going to be addressing certain myths. When I mean myth, I mean false beliefs and ideas that people have about food. And the first one is most common. Just two of them are going to addressing. Healthy eating is expensive. Most people think that to eat healthy, it means you have to eat fancy meals, go to restaurants, order so many things, eat this, eat that. You have to import foods. You have to like, oh, eat vegetables and fruit every day, eating vegetable and fruit. That is healthy eating. No, healthy eating is not expensive. Healthy eating doesn't need to be expensive. It doesn't need to be so big as the picture it to be. Healthy eating is simply what we eat every day, just how we just arrange it and be aware of it. Now, most of Nigerian food, our local foods, they're actually healthy. I mean, these are things that we plant, these are things that we grow. They are fresh food. They're actually healthy. Your rice and beans, your yam, vegetables, moi moi, pap, akara, our different local soups, swallows, and delicacy, plantain, beans, name them, the foods that we eat literally almost every day. Those foods are healthy because they are plants, they are got from plants and animals. And those are actually the healthy food. But the problem now is it's not actually about being expensive. It's not so the problem now is not the food. The problem is how do you combine it? How do you eat it? And how do you prepare it? Now, sometimes when we are cooking, it's like as if you want to use the whole maggi and salt in the air to cook your food. I get it. We love tasty food. We love food that is, the ingredient is out, but proportion, all the whole spices, the whole pepper is in the food. The whole spices in the house is inside the food. The whole maggi cubes inside the food. The whole salt. Calm down. Okay. Yes, in as much as we love our food to be delicious, to be spicy, to be this and that, eating good food is good. But there's proportion to everything. I'm not saying you should put one Maggi cube in your food though. I'm simply saying proportion it, like be aware of the measurement so that you don't feed your body with so much chemicals from those things. How do we prepare our food? I've literally seen some people washing vegetables like you're washing clothes. Yes, vegetable is not clothes. is vegetables. They are soft. They are they are soft. Okay, they are, especially this leafy, this our alehu, our spinach, our ugu leaves, our zobo leaves, bitter leaf, name them. They are so fragile. They are perishable. So the whole washing, like as if you are fighting with the vegetables, that problem of washing, you're losing try the whole nutrients that you get from the vegetables. Vegetable is simple to wash. Just simple salt and water will remove the whole dirty, the whole germs, the whole whatever that's kept in it. Wash it with salt water and then rinse it off and cut it nice and clean. Simple as that. You don't need to wash it and wash away everything. Because when you just wash it away, it's you're literally eating chaff. I mean, even no, even goats that eat it fresh, even get eaten more than us that eat it as human beings. Because the goats, all these cows, they eat it fresh with this green nature, but we are eating it, it's already brown. It's no longer, it's now looking a different color than a green color, because we have washed away everything that we're supposed to use to eat and benefit from it. Simple simple salt will just do the whole magic, kill the whole gen and rinse and then cut nice and clean. And then sometimes we overcook vegetables. You cook it, cook, you cook the whole vegetable, the whole carrot, everything is overcooked. See, fruits and vegetables, they are very, very heat sensitive. A little heat you apply to fruits and vegetables, you have lost the nutrient that is supposed to give you. Okay, because they are fresh. We call them perishable foods. They are fresh. So when cooking food with fruits and vegetables, we should be mindful of the heat. Like what I'll advise most of the time is let your vegetable be the last thing that enters your food. After the whole cooking, the whole boiling, it should come last. Like the food, it should come last, and then you just turn it. Don't need to cover the pot and bring it down. When vegetable is looking fresh, it even adds color to the food. It just makes the food even more palatable and more appealing to it. It even makes the food more beautiful, much more beautiful. So that is it. So the problem is not the food, it's how we cook them and how we eat the food and how we combine it. Rice and beans, yam and yam and vegetables, beans and plantain, beans and yam, just those different combinations, and your body gets everything that it needs. You don't need to buy so many things what you cannot afford. Start with the simple local foods that we eat every day. Your soup and your swallow. Those local food that you see every day, passing by, you see it and you buy and eat. Start with those things, and then that's healthy eating. Healthy eating. Now, simple meal. You don't need to complicate food to make it healthy. You eat this one, you eat that one, you eat that one, eat that one, because you're trying to eat healthy. Something called um portion awareness. Eat your normal food that you eat every day, but eat it well. Okay, you don't have to overeat because you don't want to waste food. Finish one you can finish. You don't have to finish the whole pot in the food because you're so hungry. Eat normal and eat well. Because sometimes we feel like, I have work to do. Let me overeat so that I have energy. No, eating too much doesn't mean that you have the whole energy in the world to work. Because when you even eat too much, it does not even overworks your system. So, but when you just eat normal, your body already has what it needs to perform and function and deliver the work. Now, healthy eating is not about the money you spend, it's simply being aware of how we treat our food. That is just simply what healthy eating is all about. So take your mind off, oh, I have to buy this, I have to buy that, I have to buy cabbage, buy carrot, buy this one. Use your use your ahero. Use the vegetables that you have in your garden, your backyard. Use it. You don't need to over over punish yourself trying because you want to eat healthy. Choose the basic things that you have. Basic, basic things that you have. And that is healthy eating. The second one is going to be the second belief is that healthy eating is boring. Mm. Normally people hear healthy eating. What do you think is not? Ha! I will not eat sugar. I will not eat snacks. I will not eat biscuits. I will not drink yogurt. I will not take Coke or Fanta. No more enjoyment again. I'll have to be eating fruit every day. Uh, Healthy food should not even be boring in the first place. If you're not enjoying the food you're eating, what's even the point of eating it? So food is not boring at all. Okay, you don't need to cut out sugar from your life completely. In fact, sugar even gives us energy, so our body needs the sugar. The problem is striking a balance between how you eat those healthy food and how you feed on them. So now just see it as it that way. You don't need to eat like a robot, because you want to eat healthy. No, you have enjoy the food you're eating without harming your body. That is simply it. Okay. All those snacks, I eat biscuit a lot. Okay, I love snacking of food, but problem is how you eat it. Every day you're always buying shawarma. Every day you're buying this, you're buying that. Cut it down. Cut it down. Like, strike a balance. Eat your jollof rice, eat your biscuit, eat your snack, drink your drink. But the difference, what makes it different is the that you set. Balance that you set. Now, every meal doesn't need to be perfect. You don't have to eat balanced diet every day. And protein, carbohydrate, and minerals and vitamin every day. You're trying to no no no. It doesn't mean perfection. It's simply balancing it. For example, maybe you're happy today, you are celebrating, and then you ate lots of food. It's normal thing. But then when you not keep doing it every time, that's when the problem is. When you start to feed on those food every single day, that becomes the problem. Problem is to create the balance. If you eat this one today, tomorrow, if you eat heavy food today, eat light food next time. If you overeat, if you overeat, let your body calm down before you bring in something else. Don't need to fool your body. If you probably took lots of junk food today, it's fine. The next day, just avoid it and take water instead to satisfy those cravings. Now, there's something that we call RDA. Everybody has a certain amount of nutrient that they need for their body to function. And so, if you now overeat protein, you overeat carbohydrate, you overeat particular vegetables and fruit, at the point in time, it becomes too much in your body. And that's what now leads to sicknesses because there's protein overload in your body. Your body can no longer break down the amount of protein that you feed it with, and then it leads to all these kidney failures, this and that. Carbohydrate, your body is the carbohydrate in your body is so much that it can no longer handle it, and then it leads to sicknesses. Sugar, diabetes. So it's creating a balance instead of overloading your body with one nutrient, one protein, every time carbohydrate, every time sugar, every time vitamins, your body will get tired of receiving that same nutrient over and over again. And then it just becomes overload in the system. And then you can no longer break it down. And that's what now leads to certain underlying health sickness that we have common among us. Now, eating frequency matters in eating. Okay, eating once in a while is okay, but not all the time. Okay, create the balance when you're eating. because when you eat something occasionally, it will not affect you. It's when you eat it often that it now becomes too much in your body. Now, healthy eating doesn't mean you remove all the celebration or the enjoyment. No, no, no. Don't remove all the enjoyment. We love to enjoy food. Food is enjoyment. Food should give you joy. Food should give you comfort. Food is joy. So you don't need to eat so perfectly every day. You're always trying to eat so perfectly. Just simply enjoy the food and create the balance. Oh my god, time is past me. So for the last thing, I'm going to giving us 5 realistic habits. No stress. 5 realistic habits that you can actually do in your daily life. The first one will be to drink water before your cravings. Sometimes you think you're hungry, but it's not that you're hungry, you're just thirsty. So probably you just felt this sudden hunger all of a sudden. First of all, drink water first. Drink water. If you now drink water and then you now realize that, oh, I'm hungry, but sometimes when you just drink water, it will just satisfy that hunger. But when you just now go ahead and just go and satisfy your cravings all the time. So the first habit is what? Drink water. It's something that they call water therapy. Have you noticed that when you drink water often, even the color of your urine changes? It changes from yellow, it becomes colorless. This means that that water you're drinking is flushing out toxins from your body. It's clearing out your system. So imagine if you now drink water every day and your every time you go to urine, your urine looks so clear and colorless. Imagine what that is doing to your body. So imagine if you now keep doing it every time. Your body is refreshing, is regenerating simply by drinking water. No stress. It's not buying vegetables or food, it's just simply drinking water. The first the second one is going to be skipping meals. Don't skip meals. Now there are times that we are not hungry and then you skip meals. It's normal. There are times when you probably forgot and you skip meals. It's normal. But don't make it a habit that you skip meals every time. Because when you skip meals every time, you either overeat later, it makes your body weak, tired, and then over time it leads to certain sickness. So be mindful of the way you skip your meals. Number three is going to be add before removing. Before you remove all the sugary food, first of all, add fruit. Maybe one day instead of buying that biscuit, use the money and buy banana. Sometimes buy the biscuit. Sometimes just use money. Oh, buy orange, buy watermelon, buy. I think these are the common fruits. Buy what again? Pineapple, pawpaw. Sometimes just like switch the instead of buying that coke, go and buy watermelon and drink the juice. Instead of buying that malt, sometimes you know buy orange and drink. Sometimes you can take those sugary food. Sometimes switch it and take something healthy. Simple as that. Number four is going to be eat mindfully. Nobody is pushing when you're eating food. You're not fighting anybody with the food. Eat slowly. Listen to your body as you're eating. Okay, you don't need to pour down the whole food on your body because it's delicious. Okay, eat eat classy. Let me put it that way. Okay, listen to your body. When you're full, you stop. You don't need to finish the whole plate. When you're full, it's okay. Drink water and rest. And then the last one is enjoy food while eating. Your body is feeding on your emotions. Sometimes you're eating a good food, but you're eating it angrily. Your body is now feeding on the anger emotion instead of the food you're eating. Sometimes maybe you cannot afford something to eat and then you're eating the food, I'm at the stuff. Maybe you're drinking What should I use? This Gary. You know, be like, I'm suffering at the suffer. See what I'm eating. No meat, nothing. So instead of you to enjoy the food you're eating, the body is now feeling, we are going through a lot, or we are suffering. So your body is not feeding on that emotion. So it will not take that food as this food is not healthy for us. Not because it's not healthy, but because you think it is not healthy. And then your body will accept it that way. But when you're eating your food with joy, whatever it is it your food without meat, is it your curry, is it that local food, eat it with joy. And your body will even enjoy it and appreciate it more. So enjoy food while eating. Don't eat food feeling guilty because it does not meet your expectations or because it's not perfect to you. So these are just 5 steps. Now, just ask yourself, which of these things can I actually do this week? You can say, but okay, this week I want to start drinking water more. I want to start eating happily. I want to be careful about how I skip meals. I want to probably eat more fruit. Or you can say, I want to eat mindfully this week, whichever is best for you. The goal is not for you to eat perfect food all the time. It's simply enjoying the food as you eat it and be aware of how you eat it. That is all about healthy eating because what we eat, it affects how we feel, it affects how we perform, affects our focus. So, lastly, I'll wrap it up with this. Food is emotional, food is comfort, food is culture, food is joy, food is celebration. So, food shapes our energy, our growth, our focus, our ability to perform. So, the best thing is like, just to be aware of what we eat and strike the balance. And then, because when we eat better, we live better. So, today, just take home as that food food should be enjoyed and food should bring you joy. And healthy eating is not expensive, it's not boring, it's beautiful. The important thing is to be aware of it. So I'll wrap it up here. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time and your listening ears. Thank you, Rejoice. Thank you, Haksat. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I hope we have learned one or two things and to take home with us this season. Thank you. All right, Rejoice, I'll wrap it up from here.
All right, Ma, we really appreciate. Thank you so much. It was indeed an insightful session. Thank you everyone for joining in for today's sessions. We are glad and so happy to have you, and we wish next time to see you all and then you inviting someone to also join. Thank you so much, Matucci, for the session today. We really learned a lot. That was indeed amazing. Thank you, everyone. Is there any question or any contribution to what has already been said? Okay, if there is none, with this we call it a day. Thank you so much, everyone.